We are the anchors of Queer News Tonight, and this evening we discuss the queer headlines. President Trump's former personal lawyer, Todd Blanche, has officially been sworn in as the 88th U.S. Attorney General, following a contentious 50-49 Senate vote. Civil rights advocates and LGBTQ organizations are voicing sharp concern over his policy record.
Caribbean chaos in all the best ways. From fire dancers to deep drums to colorful costumes, the best of the Caribbean archipelago was on full display at Pridefett.
A major academic controversy is sending shockwaves through Canada's medical research community. Investigators have revealed how a group designated as an anti-LGBTQ hate group financed and influenced gender-affirming healthcare research at McMaster University, and how those studies were later weaponized to strip away trans healthcare rights.
The next generation of entertainment journalism is getting a massive boost. GALECA, the Society of LGBTQ Entertainment Critics, has named the winners of its 2026 Crimson Honors, awarding scholarships and professional mentorship to rising LGBTQ+ college critics.
In a state where new laws continue to target trans youth, one hidden Texas summer camp is offering kids something rare, a place to just be kids. We take a look at Color Splash Out. All this important LGBTQ+ news and a whole lot more this evening on Queer News Tonight. Welcome to Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only LGBTQ daily news television show, broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels.
Analytics company vidIQ has certified the Queer News Tonight YouTube channel as the world's most popular LGBTQ+ streaming news show. Our queer stories have reached over 13 million views.
We are proud that Queer News Tonight has more YouTube subscribers than any other LGBTQ brand in Florida.
We thank you for watching and supporting our voice in our rainbow family. There is no other news program in the LGBTQ world like Queer News Tonight.
It is Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we will tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
You're watching Queer News Tonight, the world's first daily LGBTQ evening news show.
Welcome to the world's most important LGBTQ evening news show. I'm FayWhat, and let's queer up politics. Senate confirms Todd Blanche as AG amid scrutiny of LGBTQ record. Todd Blanche has been sworn in as the 88th Attorney General of the United States following a narrow 50-49 confirmation vote in the Senate. All Senate Democrats, along with the Republican Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, voted against his confirmation. The confirmation follows Blanche's tenure as acting Attorney General, during which his record on civil rights and LGBTQ+ policies faced heightened scrutiny from civil rights organizations. During his time leading the Justice Department, Blanche issued warning letters to state officials over youth gender-affirming medical care, supported Supreme Court rulings restricting LGBTQ+ curriculum topics in school, and weakened enforcement standards under the Prison Rape Elimination Act. Advocacy groups sharply criticized the confirmation, pointing to recent Department of Justice legal positions. Meanwhile, supporters defended Blanche's credentials, emphasizing his extensive background as a former federal prosecutor and defense attorney. You know, this is why elections matter beyond who sits in the Oval Office, people. The people appointed to these positions can affect our rights for years. And when the person running the Justice Department has a record that makes LGBTQ Americans question whether that department will actually protect us, we better be paying close attention to all of this.
You know, I look at the last line of this story. His defenders cite his credentials, emphasizing a background in former federal prosecutor and defense attorney. There was a time not that long ago where I would have said, why do we even have this sentence in? That's a no-brainer. Well, the fact is, that's actually a higher bar than some others have had to clear. The state's attorney in Virginia was like a personal injury lawyer or something like that. Janine Pirro from television is sitting in the DC circuit judge or prosecutor. So I've said it before, incompetence is the point. hurting others and not really having a clue, just walking through like a bull in a china shop, is the point of this administration. And in that criteria, this appointment hits the mark.
Well, the crazy part of it is that he was Trump's attorney. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that should have been a disqualification from everybody,
Not for
Democrat
Trump.
or Republican.
Trump's nanny
So,
has a position. Okay?
know.
Like, I mean, come
It's
on.
insane that's the situation. And he has openly said that the Justice Department is under the executive branch. So when people asked him in his confirmation, like, would you be able to stand up to the president? He basically said, the president is the head of the executive branch, and we're under the executive. So he's our boss.
He's our boss, so no.
He's already said on record, I'm going to do whatever he wants me to do.
Oh my God.
And if you didn't think things could get worse than his predecessor, whose name shall not be said, otherwise she may appear here, you'd be wrong. I mean, this is much worse. Blanche is evil incarnate. And as Betty Davis said to Joan Crawford in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, but yo, Blanche.
Were you referring to Pam Bondi?
Oh!
Pam Bondi is what you're talking about?
Not a third time!
Don't say it.
Not a
Don't say
third
it. Don't say it.
time! Not a third time!
Don't say it. Whew.
Hey everyone, I'm John Hayden, and let's queer up South Florida. The Caribbean diaspora is everywhere throughout our community. While many face struggles from the administration and prejudice against LGBTQ plus people of color, Saturday was a day to celebrate at Pridefett, and it was a blast.
Hey everybody, John Hayden at Richardson Park in Wilton Manor, where Pridefett is in full effect.
A hot summer night was pretty damn cool. Pridefett taking over Richardson Park in Wilton Manors. The 5th iteration of the Caribbean party had everything you'd expect, and a little bit more.
Bermuda, Bonaire, British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands.
The fire dancer is always my favorite, but there were also costumes, dancing, performances. You get the drift. I definitely ate more than I should have, but oh well.
We got all the things happening. So we need you in our body, in our face, in our skin. Move it on up for me.
Octavia Yearwood back as host, and the crowd was cheering her every word.
John is in the building. John, you better be on the stage with me later, boy.
And while she never pulled me up on stage, we did have a fun little tete-a-tete in the wings.
By the way, did you notice my shirt? It's all the Caribbean flags in the shape of a heart, because there was nothing but love at this party. At Pridefett in Richardson Park in Wilton Manors, I'm John Hayden.
I do. I just love this party.
Oh,
you know,
God. You looked like you were in heaven.
I was.
I mean, nothing to do with the fact that like hot boys are walking around with feathers on, right?
Not a bit, no.
But you know, you're also like half pyro, so I know you love the fire aspect also.
I am,
you know?
yeah, a
But
little bit.
What a wonderful celebration, right?
And there's good food, right?
Oh, there's delicious.
Oh my
food.
God.
Oh my goodness.
So I have been wanting to go every year, and I know I have dropped the ball each time, and I haven't even gone to the one in Trinidad yet, because with Trinidad, which is arguably the biggest carnival outside of Brazil's carnival, the costumes, I mean, they're so expensive, right? But when you look at the guys' costumes in like a Trinidad carnival, they're not nearly as flashy as the girls. But in Pridefett, I'm like, that's the kind of costume I want to be wearing,
Right.
you know? So I'm going to message you a couple months before Pridefett next year. I'm going to be in that parade. I'm putting it out there in the universe right now and on camera. I will be in the parade. I will be in the skimpiest costume with the feathers and the headdresses and everything.
Wait a minute, I just got a phone call from someone. What? Raji? Oh, you want to be Trini's assistant? His fluffer. Oh, his dresser. Okay. Yes. See, there you go. You're good.
She'll be right there next to me.
You know she'll have your back.
Yeah.
Big time.
I'm Trinidaddy, and let's queer up education. Report exposes how anti-LGBT group funded research at McMaster University. An investigative report from the Needle News is exposing serious bioethics concerns inside one of Canada's top research institutions. For years, the Society for Evidence-Based Gender Medicine financed systematic medical reviews at McMaster University. That organization has been designated an anti-LGBTQ hate group and pseudoscience network by Southern Poverty Law Center. Critics and internal whistleblowers say the funding deal allowed the group to influence research methods. The resulting studies cast doubt on gender-affirming care for transgender youth. Politicians and courts then cited those exact McMaster studies to justify banning puberty blockers and hormone therapy across multiple jurisdictions. Following intense pressure from students, faculty, and academic librarians, 5 lead McMaster researchers publicly condemned the misuse of their research, formally cut all ties with the group, and pledged to direct future funding toward transgender legal defense organizations. I think this is it's a tricky subject for me. I am not doubting that these findings were misused, as the researchers have said that their findings were misused, but it doesn't mean that there isn't any grains of truth into it. So my position on this is I remember following Jazz, her whole story about what she went through, and Jazz Jennings. And she talks publicly a lot about some of the things that were really difficult and struggles going on these puberty blockers before, she was ready to go on them, and that how that influenced later on her transition, because she wanted to transition, and then there was a lot of issues because she didn't go through the transition that you don't have extra skin in certain areas, and you don't have certain development in areas, and that makes transition much more difficult. There's also the sterility possibility. There's also the lack of libido. I follow a few conservative trans people, trans women, and they've talked about the other side of things, that they said, I wish we would have known this. I wish this was a thing. I firmly believe that any kind of medical decision should not be coming from the government. It should be between the child, the doctor, and the parent, and they should be in agreement, all 3 of them, in what treatment lies ahead. But it is a very slippery slope for me to use any kind of puberty blockers or anything that's more permanent that could damage the development of them as they grow. And I understand there might be some situations where that is the absolute last resort, and that's what needs to be done. And I'm saying that should be an option. Yeah. But I'm definitely in general against those situations.
More data needs to be had.
Yeah.
More studying needs to be had, right? Again, I don't think any of us are parents at this table, right? But I have spoken to parents of trans kids where they have said that their kid has threatened to cut their thing off. Okay? When you have a kid in front of you telling you that they are about to hurt themselves because they're not in the right body, sometimes some decisions have to be made that are not easy to be made, but completely, I'm in agreement with you that this would have to be everybody on the same page. It can't be the government telling you what to do with your child.
I want to get to sort of the root of this particular story, and it's symbolic of a bigger problem. Is that, and I say this coming from a journalist perspective, someone publishes a study, and it has to be, for me, it has to be from a reputable place, John Hopkins or CNN reporting. But I don't have, and very few people have the resources, the time and the wherewithal to go, okay, this poll, this research, where does it come from? What is the methodology using it? I just kind of have to take it at face value. And sometimes bad actors get through and their message gets through. We're talking about how we wanted this one business to come in and lift up all of our drag venues. And we were all like, okay, I didn't have a chance before to go in and say, oh, this person drove other businesses into the ground. It's hard. So I guess my point is, take everything with a grain of salt. If you have a chance, just Google a couple of things. Google, where does this come from? But it's hard to find funding. I don't know how to start looking for who's funding a particular study at a particular department at a Canadian university. Yeah. It's not impossible, but logistically it's incredibly difficult, especially with the deluge of information we get on the daily.
And I think what you're saying is that you should make sure that you don't use this as your only source. That there's several studies that have been done, and you should look at a cross-section of studies and not just one.
Absolutely.
Of course, but that's why we have to ask who is funding the research.
Do the research.
Right?
Yeah,
because,
do
again,
it.
do the research on who's doing the
Yeah,
research.
right, exactly.
At the end of the day, whatever data they come up with can be used to weaponize.
Right.
And it has been
And
in
it
this
will
particular
be.
case.
And it has been and it will be forevermore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Gregg Shapiro, and let's queer up entertainment. GALECA announces 2026 Crimson Honors winners supporting emerging queer critics. The Society of LGBTQ Entertainment Critics has officially announced the winners of its 2026 Crimson Honors Scholarship Competition. The program awards $1,000 scholarships to outstanding LGBTQ college students pursuing careers in entertainment journalism and film criticism. This year's top honorees are August Hamill from San Francisco State University, Taylor Motley from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and John Conrad Torringen from UCLA. Nadia Brock of the University at Buffalo received, an honorable mention. In addition to financial awards, each winner receives 2 years of free GALECA membership and direct membership from industry veterans. GALECA leaders emphasize that supporting young queer journalists is more vital than ever, helping build a more inclusive future for film and television criticism. Well, as someone who has been a proud member of GALECA for several years, it's wonderful to see the organization supporting the endeavors of future entertainment journalists. And this is not just because they're threats to the community, which is an ongoing thing, but also journalism is at risk. Entertainment journalism is at risk. So let me just say, as a member and just as a journalist, thank you, GALECA.
Do they support old gay journalists too?
Well, I'm a member.
You're a part of it.
I'm a member of it.
Greg's
Yes,
the oldest.
absolutely.
No, I'm a member of the Television Academy.
Oh.
A bunch of other old white people.
Other old
Oh,
white
okay.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a great cross section. There's everybody.
But I did do entertainment journalism for 13 years at Deco for Drive, and I
Here
literally
we go, John, making it about him.
I'm just saying I stumbled into it. I took some film courses in college, essentially a film minor. But I wish I would have had this back in the day.
Scholarship like that is
No, not this. Just a
group.
a group like this to mentor and bring along new people. I just kind of they were like, "Hey, do you want to go see Superbad?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I was off and running. But Steve, can we bring back the graphic, the logo with the guy on it? That one.
So that's Oscar Wilde.
I was gonna say it looks like Oscar Wilde meets Andy Gibb.
Well, it's Oscar Wilde because
He kind of looks like Matthew Darren. I don't know.
because they give every year they give the Dorian Award. So Oscar Wilde wrote Dorian Gray.
Okay.
So every year at the end of the year,
Okay.
they give the Dorian Awards for film. There's now a TV category, and they're expanding to other subjects in entertainment. But they started out primarily as a film critics.
No, but I love it.
association.
Not everyone is an influencer, right?
Right,
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Journalism still
Yes,
reigns
right.
supreme. And, representation is important everywhere, but it's not only important for who's on the screen, it's also important for who's going to critique those folks on the screen.
Well, and when I write film reviews, I'm writing it from the perspective of a gay man. I mean, I write mostly for the LGBTQ press.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing my gay
More nudity, more penis.
No, but I mean, that's whether it's
Your book quote.
That was it.
whether it's just a mainstream movie or a queer movie, I'm bringing that to the table.
Oh, and again, imagine a new journalist. Imagine someone who is just fresh and right out of college, or maybe that, is about to further educate themselves, and this scholarship would be perfect. It would
Perfect.
change a journalist's life.
Absolutely.
basically. So thank you so much for that reporting, Gregg Shapiro. I'm FayWhat, and let's queer up youth culture. Inside the Texas summer camp providing a safe haven for transgender youth. A feature report from The Guardian takes viewers inside Color Splash Out, a 4-day summer camp providing a safe space for LGBTQ plus and transgender youth in Texas. Led by non-binary minister Yadi Martinez Reyna, the secular camp operates on a pay-what-you-can model, allowing kids to connect, swim, and play without fear of misgendering or scrutiny. Because of state political tensions and tight budgets, organizers keep the camp's physical location private and rely on grassroots community support. Campers describe the experience as life-changing, offering them a rare chance to hear their chosen name spoken publicly and build confidence alongside peers. Adult volunteers say running the camp not only supports the next generation, but helps heal their own past experiences growing up queer in Texas. Well, Boo, nobody understands more about being queer in Texas than people who are queer in Florida. Okay? So think about how simple this is. Swim, play, make friends, and hear people call you by your chosen name. I get goosebumps because it's things that other kids take for granted become life-changing for these kids. And the fact that this camp has to keep its location secret in America, that just tells you everything. You know, SunServe does a come as you are pool party once a year, and it's the same kind of way, right? The location's not told to anybody. You could just be how you are and be called what you want, and it's just a beautiful thing, right? Yeah. And so for this summer camp in Texas, man, like the kids get to be themselves. The kids get to be kids, boys. You know, what a wonderful thing. And you know, life changing. I don't think it even begins to scratch the surface of what this probably gives a kid. Just knowing that there are other kids like you out there, that friendship alone can save your freaking life.
Yeah. I agree 100% because when I was in high school, from middle school to high school, I went to sleepaway camp. And it was the nerdy music kids, and we would go to some place in the United States, and we'd all be coming in, and kids from Europe as well.
Oh my God, how cool.
And it would be for 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
That we would be together doing, and it's to this day, some of the best times of my entire life. And it's crazy how you go there and you virtually don't know anybody. And by the end of 5, 6 weeks, the bond that you form with these people, realizing that there are other kids in the world that are like you, you know, and you have this bond, and you can talk about things that you can't really talk about with your kind of maybe general friends in the small town that you might have grown up in. And I actually changed my name too when I went, because my government name is Anthony, you know, and when I left Homestead to go up there to all these different places, I'm like, I think I'm going to be Tony. I'm going to reinvent myself in the way that I want to see myself. And so from that point on, that's where I became Tony all the way through.
You came out right there.
I did. Wow. And like also for queer kids, like, you know, it was like, you found a lot of other kids in the arts, you know? So I can't imagine what it must feel like for these trans kids that just don't feel like they really belong in society in general.
And it's Texas.
Yeah, right. And to finally have that community, like the healing that it does to your soul, to make you your true authentic self. My only complaint is that it shouldn't be, I think that, how many
4 days?
It should be like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
It costs a lot
like
of
that.
money, Trinidad.
You know what? Raise money. You know? I'm going to contribute.
Like, and how cool is that? You know, pay what you can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's beautiful.
It is. Most life-changing thing, I think, for these kids.
Greg, I can see you as like a counselor at one of these.
I could.
Right? Like, you would be the best one. And here, kids, I got some vinyl for you.
Well, and speaking of summer camp,
I thought it was late.
Please read my review of the new Jane Schoenbrunn movie set at the notorious Camp Miasma. The movie stars out actor Hannah Einbinder and Gillian Anderson.
Ooh,
and there's some sexy scenes with them. And the review will be online and out South Florida this Friday. I can't say the full title of the movie, but it does have the words Camp Miasma in it.
LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up the USA view. Wisconsin's first LGBTQ historic marker vandalized on Uprising anniversary. The Wisconsin LGBTQ History Project has announced that the state's first ever LGBTQ historical marker was vandalized in downtown Milwaukee. The Black Knight Uprising Monument commemorates a landmark 1961 event where LGBTQ patrons, led by Josie Carter, a Black transgender woman, fought back against an attack at a local bar. That confrontation occurred 8 years before the famous Stonewall Uprising in New York. Scrutiny security footage showed a person striking the sign with an object, cracking its base and knocking it off its post. The marker is safely in storage for now. Police are investigating the incident, but no suspects have been identified. The History Project is raising $1,500 to replace the damaged monument, which is expected to return next year. You're going to tell me that they don't have one person in custody or one person that they thought that maybe did this? I mean, I like run a freaking stop sign and like I get a freaking ticket in the mail like in 3 days. Okay. I mean, But honestly, but seriously, you can knock down the marker, but you can't knock down the history. All right. And I hope that people remember that name, Josie Carter, a Black trans woman, again, leading the way for an uprising. Sound familiar?
No.
Marsha P. Johnson.
I know. I look forward to us being at this table next year and doing the story of when it's replaced.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, if this was, in fact, a bias-motivated hate crime, it's disappointing and shocking because Wisconsin in 1982 was the first state to ban sexual orientation-based discrimination in housing, education, employment, and other public spaces years before others. So Wisconsin has a long history of being supportive of LGBTQ people. And this is, if it is a hate crime, that's very shocking.
Wisconsin has good cheese too. Right?
Yeah, excellent cheese.
All right.
LGBTQ plus 1 minute news. Let's queer up justice. Conservative legal groups eye Supreme Court for the next round of LGBTQ plus cases. Following recent high court decisions that allow state-level bans on healthcare and sports participation for trans youth, legal scholars on the right are pushing for broader nationwide rulings. Key priorities for conservative legal firms include parental notification policies in public schools, religious opt-outs for classroom topics, and expanding discrimination protections for faith-based foster and adoption agencies. Columns across conservative media say state sovereignty and religious freedom must take precedence over federal civil rights protections. Meanwhile, civil rights attorneys warn that if the Supreme Court adopts these broader legal arguments, it could undermine long-standing anti-discrimination protections across the country. Well, of course it will. That's the point. Cruelty is the point. And I've been saying this forever. And what's the one word I'm going to shout out now, Faye? Fascist. Fascist. That's what these people are. They know it. Don't let others forget it.
I'll say that with the religious exemptions for school topics, whatever, I say go ahead. Go ahead, because you're going to have the opposite effect. Because when you're a kid and your parents make you leave, the first thing you're going to do is go back to your friends and be like, what they talk about, and you're going to get all the tea about what's going on, and it's going to backfire on you. But yeah, the whole point of federal protections is so that states can't make their own laws and discriminate against you. So it's a ridiculous argument. But yeah, if you want to remove yourself, I'm fine for that. Remove yourself. If you don't want to do something, go away. But if you want to take part in American business, American social life, all of our federally funded programs, you need to come to the table and accept that we live in America and you have to follow federal law.
Like Electra in Pose, remove yourself!
Well, and as we say time and time again, we are reminded of the importance of voting in presidential elections now more than ever, because if you vote, you stand the chance of getting some normal people on the Supreme Court.
Early voting is going on right now. Please do so, okay? It ends, I think, Monday.
LGBTQ 1 minute news. Let's queer up the world view. UK politician facing backlash after calling out homophobia despite anti-trans record. UK Defense Secretary Wes Streeting is drawing sharp criticism from civil rights advocates after publicly speaking out against online homophobia. Speaking at an event in Edinburgh, Streeting described experiencing a, quote, unbelievable volume of anti-gay abuse online since taking office. However, LGBTQ plus activists quickly pointed out what they call a clear contradiction. During his prior tenure as health secretary, Streeting championed and implemented restrictive measures against transgender youth, including bans on puberty blockers within the National Health Service. Critics argue that Streeting's policies directly enabled hostility towards transgender people. They maintain that anti-discrimination efforts must protect the entire LGBTQ plus community rather than selectively decrying homophobia while restricting health care for trans youth. I disagree. I think the subjects are, even though we're under the same umbrella, and I do believe we're brothers and sisters in a way, the topics are different. And I think that you can be very much in favor of many things, almost everything with transgendered people, and then have a few different ideas about gender, how you see yourself versus your sexuality. And sexual orientation is not the same thing, as I think everybody at this table agrees, as the way that you see yourself and what gender you see yourself. So they are exclusive in many ways. And so you can have differing opinions on both of those subjects and not be contradictory to each other. So I don't know, I'm not a huge follower of this guy in the UK, so I don't know exactly everything that he did, but he banned puberty blockers. I've always maintained that, you know, the government should not be in your business when it comes to medical decisions, but I don't think that's necessarily the same thing as calling out homophobia.
Well, I think it's one thing to be a backbencher in the Commons.
What does that mean?
You're not in leadership. You're among the 400. There's like 30 that are actually leading in the cabinet and stuff like that. It's one thing to be a backbencher. I liken him closer to, you know, he's Labor. Their equivalent of Democrat, right? I liken his stance more like a Democrat in Arkansas, probably a little bit more to the center, right, than what the rest of his party would like him to be. But we better get used to him, because right now he is the third or fourth most senior politician in Britain, and there's a very good chance he could be living at number 10 within a few years.
Yeah. But see, you don't get to say respect my gay identity while supporting policies that make another letter in LGBTQ less safe. All right. So I absolutely condemn the homophobia at him. Okay. Yes, Greg, I still do. I feel bad.
No, I agree.
But equality cannot be a la carte. It can't be.
Right.
It's got to be what it is. You know, if you want people to stand against hate when it reaches you, stand against it when it reaches trans people too.
Yeah. Don't be a hypocrite.
You know what I mean? And you can believe in both, right? You don't have to. You don't have
But
to
is
be.
he being hypocritical? I don't think that he's being hypocritical.
He's gay, and he's not towing the party line at leadership.
So,
and I think
isn't that a good thing?
No,
I don't want. When I elect somebody, I want somebody to be there who has like the principles that I believe in, not trying to toe a party line.
but the party Labor it reflects principles that a lot
It's a
of
1 minute
people
news,
already
guys.
believe
So
in.
I'm going to cut everybody in a
I
second.
thought it was 1 minute per person.
No, we're already past that.
Oh, okay.
LGBTQ 1 minute news. Let's queer up entertainment. Pride Festival of Central PA announces Susquehanna LGBTQ Film Festival. Movie lovers in Central Pennsylvania have a major new festival to look forward to this fall. The Pride Festival of Central PA has officially announced the launch of the Susquehanna LGBTQ Film Festival. The 3-day event runs from September 11th through the 13th at Harrisburg's Midtown Cinema. Organizers say the festival will showcase local, national, and international films highlighting the LGBTQ experience. In addition to the main September festival, single-night film screenings will take place throughout the year. Festival leaders emphasize that these movies are open to everyone in the community, offering fresh perspectives and local independent cinema. Well, it's nice to hear that the LGBTQ folks in Harrisburg, the capital of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, will have the chance to experience LGBTQ movies like a lot of us, but this time they can do it on the big screen in a theatrical setting.
Yep.
I love that. You know, queer art matters, right? And, you know, telling our own stories mean everything. And like you said, to be able to see that in a big screen just means everything, right? For me, you know, that's why Outshine Film Festival is so important down here, right? Because we feel seen. We see our stories on the big screen, and that's what it's all about. So kudos to Pennsylvania. Is that near Scranton? I'm still not going.
It's in the center.
Well, that's how I found out I was gay. It was from watching queer cinema and independent film.
I thought you were going to say from a trip to Scranton.
Yeah, because that'll do it to you. It'll do it to you.
But I used to have the Sundance and the IFC channel when they actually were showing independent films. Now they're not doing that anymore for whatever reason. But I would watch. I guess the common theme that made you edgy was dealing with some kind of LGBTQ issue back in the 90s. And I remember just watching those movies, and I'm like, I really like this movie, you know, but I was like, I don't know if I care about the plot so much or something. And I just realized that I'm seeing myself in these characters.
No.
Until I finally one day, and I fought it for so long, being so religious and being, you know, part of the church and the faculty and everything. And then
And
seeing
your culture
those
and your
stories,
family, of course.
I would see stories of those same perspectives, somebody being in the church, whatever. And I'm like, until finally I couldn't hide it anymore. I had to accept it. I had to face it. So I think it's so amazing to see these stories. So
And the fact that you were sleeping with men wasn't the indication that you were gay.
I was I never did.
Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same models as PBS and NPR, but created for the LGBTQ plus community. Our nonprofit mission is to support all 11 pillars of our community.
We want to inform and educate the key issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and queer culture. Help us support our diverse community. We are part of one of the largest LGBTQ nonprofit media companies in America. Hotspots Happening Out, South Florida.
In 2026, our magazine is celebrating 41 years of the LGBTQ experience, and Queer News Tonight is celebrating our 5th anniversary with more than 16,000 LGBTQ television stories. We present South Florida's major LGBTQ events, including Pride Fort Lauderdale, Stonewall Pride, and Pridefett. Our magazine, events, television news, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the LGBTQ and broader community.
This year, more than 100 community leaders will sit at this very table and share their voice as our anchors. Together, we host this show to support the LGBTQ plus community. Let's meet this evening's anchors at Queer News Tonight. Let's welcome back to the table my bestie, John Hayden. He's a journalist for 31 years. He now focuses on hyper-local reporting and covering LGBTQ plus issues. Wilton Manors, Lauderdale by the Sea, Fort Lauderdale, and Oakland Park, he covers it. And you can see all his reports at Greater Wilton Manors on YouTube and Facebook. Welcome back to the show, John. So tell me what's happening out, boo.
Well, you know, we have some serious stuff to talk about this evening. The community is coming together to help out the people of Colombia who are surviving in the aftermath of this week's devastating earthquake. Buildings crumbled, aftershocks still have people living in fear. Lit Bar in Wilton Manors is collecting simple but important items to ship down. Check out the list: personal hygiene items, flashlights, batteries. I know you mean well, but please don't bring food or perishable items, or other organizations are handling that. Now, you can drop them off at Lit through Friday night. Bins are back by the DJ booth, and then someone's going to be driving them down. It's organized. If you look at the up there, the left logo at the top is one of their Lit softball teams. One of the players' husbands is Colombian, and they're going to drive it down to Miami on Saturday to whichever organization they are putting this together. And Faye, I know you've got some thoughts on this as well.
Well, I'm Colombian, and Monday was a very difficult day. It was super scary. I spent most of the day trying to communicate with my family in Colombia, and most of my family is in Medellin, which is about a 2-hour ride, 3-hour ride from Pereira, which is very close to where this all hit. And, you know my best friend, Michelle, her dad was there when it happened. He's not hurt, thank goodness. But, everything is annihilated. People are sleeping outside of their homes just because they're afraid that the buildings will come down on them. And they're also really afraid of looters. And that's what's happening right now in the evenings in Colombia. And so these things that Lit is picking up are so important and so crucial. This is all going to be driven down to Doral in Miami, and it's going to the Global Empowerment Mission, GEM for short. And they're the ones that were also taking care of stuff for the earthquake that happened in Venezuela just a couple of months ago, So they really are asking for these items, like John said, but they're also asking for cash. Monetary will help a lot because they can buy these items on the ground over there in Colombia for probably less than they can find them here. They're also looking for tents, tarps, things like that. Think about having to sleep outside of your home. right now. If there's something that would make you comfortable, it would probably make somebody in Colombia comfortable as well. I mean, we all have to come together and help however possible. This is heartbreaking. If you see the news and you see the videos, oh my God, it's just like, wow, you know, they just went through this, something similar a couple months back. And here we are. You know, the aftershocks are still a thing. So they need our help now more than ever. And thank goodness for Lit and the softball team for putting this together. You know, for a lot of people, they're like, oh, that's, you know, people down in Miami have friends in Colombia, not up here. That's not true. A lot of folks up here, also in Broward County, have friends over there in Colombia and have Colombian friends. And look, you know, Wayne's husband is Colombian. Chris O'Neill from West End, his husband is Colombian. A lot of people have Colombian connections. So this is a great way for us to, for our community to help them as well. So it's happening at Lit Bar, right? And you can go on, you can go there anytime until when?
All the way through Friday night, all the way to last call.
All right. Well, make sure that you go by Lit and have a drink while you're there. All right. Drop off whatever you can for the people in Colombia. And thank you, John, for covering this for Greater Wilton Manors, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And we'll keep it tight. Let's welcome back to the table. Look at this hottie boombalati. Look at that face. Yes. That's Trinidaddy, baby. And he's not only a violinist, he's also a pianist, all right, with the Miami City Ballet. And he's also the program director for the Seminole Theater Players. Actors out there, he's the butt you gotta kiss. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, it's all going down in Homestead. And welcome back to the show, Trini. So what are you working on now? You don't ever have a moment off.
I do, actually.
What?
No
way!
Normally, this is the end of August, beginning of September is my travel time when I'm off season, but we had a really great summer doing In the Heights.
Yes.
I probably will be doing a little bit of traveling to Mexico, maybe next week, the week after, and just, you know, having a little me time.
Important.
Yeah, I had a really great chamber music series with Orchestra Miami over the summer, In the Heights. I had a summer camp I was teaching the kids, the next generation.
I love it.
I'm also started playing the cello, which is a new thing for me.
Are you dating?
No. Well, I mean, I'm always dating and never dating. You know what I mean? Like, it's always out there.
It's a sorted question, Faye. Okay,
Exactly.
no. I got you. In your spare time, now you're learning the cello because you also play a couple of other instruments as well.
Well, I'm a concert violinist and pianist, and I sing. I'm also a weird thing. I just was diagnosed with this muscle tension dysphonia thing, which I'm having to go to therapy for. To learn, it's apparently if you have like laryngitis for too long and you keep trying to push through it, and you know, if your voice is not healthy and you're maybe announcing or doing things, it can have some consequences with overbuilding certain muscles around the larynx, and then you have to go to speech therapy to make
What?
Sure. I know it's a
to kind of like calm it down, so to speak.
Yeah, you actually have to relearn how to talk and sing again for a good few weeks to get you back to normal. So I'm doing that as well in recovery mode, and yeah, belly dancing, that's my other thing. I got right back into it. It's like,
I love it. Are you belly dancing nude these days?
No, not nude.
Oh, okay. Yoga. Your yoga's nude. Come on.
Hey, why are you putting my business out there?
Okay, am I lying?
No, actually, no, that is not a thing anymore. But
was it goat yoga as well? Did that freak out the goat?
Puppy yoga? Were you into that? No.
Weren't you at downward dog?
Weren't you at Pridefett with all the feathers?
You know, I that's the next segment. We'll talk about it then.
All right. Well, Trinidaddy, I adore you, and I love that you're getting embarrassed and his little cheeks are getting red. All right. We're so happy to have you here back at the table at Queer News Tonight.
Thank you.
Let's welcome back to the table my friend, anchor Gregg Shapiro. An inductee into the Chicago LGBT Hall of Fame, Gregg is an entertainment journalist whose celebrity interviews and reviews run in a variety of regional LGBTQ publications and websites. Welcome back to the show, Gregg. How you feeling, my boo?
I'm feeling especially wonderful because today I want to wish you all a happy National Vinyl Record Day.
Woo!
And these are a few of the new vinyls in heavy rotation on my turntable. This is The Final Painting, the last album by the late queer singer-songwriter Ed Askew. Also amazing.
I love it.
This is the 40th anniversary reissue, so 86 to 2026 of Book of Love's 1986 debut album, and it's on clear vinyl, so it's really cool.
Wow.
This is Confessions 2 by Madonna. This is on pink vinyl. Very, very cool.
Look at her boobs.
And then this is Are You Mad at Me by singer-songwriter Paisley Fields. And then finally, also quite beautiful,
Swift, of course.
jazz vocalist Cecile McLaurin Salvant. This is her new album with Every Breath I Take. All of these are great. They're all available on vinyl.
Where's Taylor Swift? Okay, continue. Just continue.
I wish I was a Swiftie, but I'm not.
You can be a Swifto.
You literally
get
just lost half our audience.
I understand. I understand.
Where do you get all this?
It's all available online. I'm an entertainment journalist, so it is sent to me to write about.
He has a record player.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sent to me to write about, but it's all available online, and it's all available in Record Store Day, which is a big holiday twice a year, I believe.
Yeah, no,
You can actually get up.
No, the young kids are into this now.
That's right, because they have the energy to get up and turn the record over.
No,
See, that's
we're
why
easy for that.
That's why CDs were so popular, because that generation was aging, and they're like, put a CD in and let it play for an hour. Now you have to get up and flip a record.
Flip it over. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, you're always telling us about movies that we need to see. Do you have a movie for us?
I do. Do not forget that tomorrow night is the free screening of the campy Mildred Pierce, starring Joan Crawford. It's part of the films all LGBTQ folks should know. It's a series they do at Stonewall. It's a partnership with Out South Florida. It's a 6:30 p.m. screening at the Stonewall National Museum. Seating is limited, so please RSVP if you can to Monique at stonewallmuseum.org. This is classic. This is Pi. This is a mother-daughter relationship. This is just completely over the top. It's Eve Arden wisecracking. It's got everything you need, and it's in black and white, so it's really cool.
I love that.
Definitely come see it.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, Greg, for showing us about vinyl and DVDs. You can turn back the TV on. Yeah, now. Okay. I love this. Thank you so much, Greg. And it's so good to have you here at the table with us at Queer News Tonight.
And now, let's welcome tonight's lead anchor, FayWhat! She is, and will continue to always be, a legendary events host, television and radio personality, and the host of Hotspot's Happening Out's The FayWhat Show. Faye, tomorrow is a busy night. Right. You are hosting the Wilton Drive Block Party.
See.
And a benefit extraordinaire. Tell me what is happening out.
Yes, I will, okay? Attention, Wilton Manors. Clear your calendars. Ahí mismo, yeah, okay? Because tomorrow, Thursday, August 13th, Wilton Drive is turning into one giant 6-block party. From 5 to 8 p.m., 6 full blocks from Northeast 20th to 5 Points are coming alive with live music, spinning DJs, and unbelievable local energy. Then I head into Hunters at 8 for a benefit for Aquaplex Queens and staff to help with the sudden loss of their jobs after the bar was run into the ground and closed. Period. And that's the truth, okay? Boz Allen got into bed with me on this week's FayWhat Show and says everyone was lied to, even at the very end.
There's a lot of shady shit. And a lot of things don't make sense. And, I'll be honest. I spoke to John in the parking lot out back because I had just lost my father. And I felt like he had a moment where he apologized to me. And I said, well, let me take this opportunity to see if this man is authentic.
You're saying John Barrett?
Yes. And he had advised me he had just paid our rent. He had advised me all of this stuff. They had bigger plans that they were about to release. And then he got in his truck and he drove off. And the next thing I know it, Amanda and Rihanna were in the office having the meeting that we were closing. We have 1 week left and that was it. So,
wow.
For the fact that that man could stand in my face and do all of that, truly, truly showed me that not anything that they have ever done for us has ever been true.
Whew, wow. And if you want to see the whole entire interview, please go on over to our YouTube channel, okay, or Facebook at The FayWhat Show, and you will see the whole entire interview with Miss Boz Allen. She really puts it down, and she says exactly what happens. Super transparent about the whole thing. They were lied to. They were fooled as well. it's a really good interview. Catch it, okay? But let's talk about this fundraiser, okay? Well, let's talk about both events. So, my Wilton Manors block party, we're doing that starting at 5 p.m., right? There's a lot of local businesses that could use our help. We all know that it's difficult having just going to the store and buying your groceries is difficult these days, right? Well, these businesses in Wilton Drive have crazy overhead. They have crazy rents, all kinds of stuff, and we want to spotlight them. So we are doing a Wilton Manors block party. I'm going to be going to a lot of the businesses on Wilton Drive and doing a live video from there and making sure that they feel seen and spotlighted. That's what it's all about. I'm starting at Sardi. I'm going to Infinity Lounge, Wag Pride, Out of the Closet, Tulio's, Pride Law, Rock Hard, Art Frenzy, TJ, Claudia Castillo, Beam Aesthetics and Wellness. And I might get to you too. Maybe. Okay. I have 3 hours to get to all those places. Let's see what happens. All right. And then when I'm done, I'm going to head on over to Hunter's for the Night of Solidarity, for the fundraiser that John has been so amazingly being covered by Greater Wilton Manors. Thank you so much for being you, John, and making sure that that was being put out there into the press, especially since I was on vacation for 2 weeks, So we're going to head on over to Hunter's nightclub, and there are silent auction items. There are a bunch of different ways that you can also donate to the staff and employees. Remember, Aquaplex was not just the drag entertainers that are the main component. Don't get me wrong. There are also servers, DJs, bartenders, door people, cooks. I mean, there were so many people. I want to say that Voz says there was 28 people in total.
34.
34. Okay, she forgot about 6 people that probably wanted. Again, it happens. We all have those coworkers that we try to forget sometimes, right? So, but those are, those are the people that we are trying to raise this money for, and tomorrow we are doing it full force from 8 to 10.
Yeah.
7 to 10. From 7 to 10, we'll be there, like I said, silent auction items, raffles, all kinds of different things, all to make sure that we get some money in the hands of these people that brought us so much joy and were taken advantage of.
Yeah. And they're still going to bring us some joy.
Oh my God.
Tomorrow and going forward.
Yes.
But this is a great way to help kind of bridge that gap while everybody sort of gets out. The silent auction, Flockfest Events is putting this on. The silent auction is open now, so you don't have to wait. You don't actually have to go, which is like the favorite things I love to do. But you can go and you can bid.
Money ahead.
Yeah, you can bid on them now.
Yes.
And help out now. And the list is so long.
Wow.
There's so much stuff to bid on, and
so
varied.
Well, I mean, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Eric Eldridge, I adore you. You know that. He gave us the folks the Bora Bora package, right? And so that is like the cabana overlooking the guitar itself that you see it from the water. There's like a $500 food credit for your cabana. Like, it's disgusting. Like, plus a night. Like, the package is incredible, and it's already started online, so you could bid for that as well. I think they donated a few different baskets because Seminole Hard Rock always comes through for us, and so many other incredible things that they have. So get your stuff, and like John said, you don't even have to show up, but I'd like for you to. But you don't have to. But if you don't go, you better have sent some money. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I look forward to seeing you, because I'll be there too, at the block party tomorrow night, and then at Hunter's for the fundraiser after that.
As a nonprofit LGBTQ media organization, we would like to thank our viewers for supporting our mission to tell the stories of the queer community. We'd also like to thank the generous support of Jets Pizza. Yummy. Jets is the LGBTQ community's most popular pizza. Get away from my pizza, John. In South Florida. Get my pizza.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza. Jet's Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on hot deals for special offers in your area. Jets, better because it has to be.
These are today's headlines from Queer News Tonight, and our anchors represent the best of our LGBTQ family.
If our community is important to you, then share this news with your friends, family, and Pam Bondi. Don't forget to join the conversation on your favorite Pam Bondi streaming platform. Pam Bondi!
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines. We need your support. If our community is to grow and then thrive, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world.
This is the only place in the world that tells these types of LGBTQ stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Hotspots Magazine, happening on television network and Queer News Tonight.
I'm your lead anchor, FayWhat, and I thank you for joining us. On behalf of my fellow LGBTQ anchors here at Queer News Tonight, including John Hayden, Trinidaddy, and Gregg Shapiro. We'll see you daily at 8 p.m. To our LGBTQ plus world, we wish you a good night.
Good night.
Good night.